Hey y'all, today we're going to be talking about Valsalva. I know you may be thinking, wait a minute, I don't even speak French. Well, that's okay because it's not French. Valsalva is the process of closing off your throat, not allowing air to come out or go in when you brace your abdomen to exert force, whether it's a push or a pull. Naturally, we know Valsalva by the sound. It's one of those things that makes you go, when you go to lift. You can tell that there was breath stopping at one point. It's not moving forward or backwards. That can be a good thing or a bad thing. And I'm sure you've heard in the past that it's always a bad thing, but there are some advantages to it. So if you do Valsalva correctly, essentially what you're doing is you're increasing the stability of your trunk. Basically the muscles that are just above your pelvis that surround your spine that give you stability. It's like you can't fire a cannon from a canoe because you don't have any stability. Well, we need to create stability throughout our trunk so that we can push, so that we can pull, so that we can turn, so that we can lift something of varying size, weights, shapes, different things like that. So Valsalva does give us an advantage because it increases the stability of our trunk. How it does that is when you take a breath, when you inhale, your diaphragm drops, which allows your rib cage to expand both vertically and horizontally. What that does is it makes more rooms for your lungs to expand. So it allows more oxygen to come into your lungs. That allows more oxygen to be delivered to your muscles, which allows you to be stronger longer without getting as fatigued, without getting as tired when you exert force for an extended period of time. So say like you're running or you're doing an endurance related activity. Well, Valsalva doesn't allow the diaphragm to drop, but what it does is it has it hold on really, really tight just under those lungs. So it doesn't allow your lungs to expand properly because it doesn't allow your ribs to expand both vertically and horizontally the way that they're supposed to when you go to take a full breath. So when you Valsalva, you essentially shut off the oxygen transportation through your nerves, through your bloodstream to your muscles. That also shunts the blood flow from your heart and the oxygen transmission up to your brain, which is why when people Valsalva, they typically get lightheaded. So if you're somebody that when you do a lift and you're really, really straining, so say you're doing a bench press and you're just pushing and you kind of get hung in the middle of the range and you may be in that same spot for a few seconds, that's when you're exerting a lot of force, but you're not taking on oxygen and you're not giving off this carbon dioxide. You can definitely lose the blood flow to your brain and make you lightheaded. That's when people are more likely to drop the bar on their chest, much less their neck. So when it comes to Valsalva, you can Valsalva and be successful with it, but don't let your Valsalva exceed around 3 seconds, which means the longer you hold your breath, the more at risk you are for essentially getting lightheaded and passing out. And if you're at the gym and you pass out or you black out, you could fall onto a weight rack, you could fall onto a bench, you could hurt yourself really, really bad. So avoid that at all costs. So Valsalva is something that you can avoid if you continue to inhale and exhale when you lift. So kind of a rule of thumb. When you exert force, so when you're pushing, whether you're doing a push-up or a bench press, exhale at that moment, inhale on the way back down. So the goal is to continue to get in this rhythmic pattern of breathing where you exert force and you exhale, and when you're relaxing or not exerting as much force, you inhale. But to me, it really doesn't matter. Your goal is just to don't stop breathing. So after you inhale, finish with an exhale. If you found the information in this video useful, then please like it, subscribe to my YouTube page, and share it with someone you think needs to hear it. Thank you.